Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. This week in our Torah readings, we begin the Book of Deuteronomy. And Deuteronomy serves as sort of a compilation. It goes through all of the big events of all of the other books of the Torah and leads us finally to the edge of the Promised Land. 2 or 3 times, though, we have this wonderful phrase that pops up where in English it's translated, "You've long enough. You've been there long enough." And 2 or 3 times God says to the people, "You've been there long enough. It's time to get moving." And it brings to me a question today of what have we endured long enough that we need to move forward and we know better? I think it's fair to say in our country we have seen enough now of those who haven't followed the mask rules. We have endured that pain long enough. It's time that we recognize we all need to wear masks pretty much all the time when we're out in public to protect ourselves and each other. The question of long enough in terms of how we deal with issues of race in our country. It has gone on too far, too long, long enough for too many people to be treated with inequality. It's time for us to engage in the good trouble that John Lewis calls us to engage in, but to do it not because it's the right thing, but rather because it's a necessity, because we've put up with this long enough. It's time now for us to embrace these lessons and to build the future that's worthy of our children and our grandchildren, and not put up with the business that we've dealt with in the past. Again and again, the Torah is saying, it's been long enough. Get your tushy in gear. It's time to embrace and move forward. And that's the lesson we need to hear right now. It's time for us to move forward. Enough of the excuses, enough of the shenanigans, enough of all the fighting. It's time to move forward. As a community, we're doing that. I think in our country, it's beginning to happen. And I know as a people, we need to embrace that lesson now more than ever. Shabbat services this Shabbat will be at 6 o'clock, Friday evening on Zoom. Saturday morning, Torah study at 10, services at 11, Havdalah at 8. On Monday evening, our book group will continue on the How to Be an Anti-Racist book by Dr. Ibram Kendi. On Tuesday, Jesse Carrot will be telling a story. On Wednesday, we have our teens book group. Turtle Boy will be meeting at 11 in the morning. And in the evening, we'll be marking Erev Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, which is one of the saddest days in the Hebrew calendar. It's a day of great tragedy, and it's a fast day, but it's also a day where we learn from our history, where we say enough is enough, and we take control of our own future. And so as we mark Tisha B'Av, this saddest moment in the Jewish year, we also listen to the call of Deuteronomy that says enough. And we work together, we lock arm in arm, and together we do the things we need to do to build the community we want, to build the society we deserve, and to create health and opportunity for all of us. I hope you'll join me in all of those endeavors. I hope you'll join me in all of the events coming up at the temple in the coming week on Zoom. And I wish you a Shabbat of peace and a feeling that enough is enough and that we can together create this better world. Shabbat Shalom. Look forward to seeing you soon.